Hello there. UK Treasury data shows that the total bill for the UK's membership of the European Union was £18.9 billion last year, and we still have £33 billion to go. Firstly, please subscribe and like this video to give my channel a boost, and I'm always uploading new content, so please do check back daily. 2019 represented the last full year of the UK's membership of the European Union. And in that final year, we got a total gross bill for that membership of £18.9 billion, says a recently published House of Commons Library briefing paper. And this is the bill we would have to pay had Margaret Thatcher not secured a rebate for the UK to, as the library paper puts it, to correct the issue of the UK making relatively large net contributions to the EU. And just to sum up how we paid all that sum in, the library paper says, in common with all member states, the UK contributed to the EU budget through three sources. It collected customs tariffs and levies on behalf of the EU. 20% of the tariffs collected are kept by member states to cover the cost of collection. It contributed a percentage of its adjusted or harmonised VAT base. It contributed a percentage of its gross national income, or GNI. So of all the tariffs that UK customs collected on imported products within the UK, 80% went to Brussels and 20% was used to pay the collectors and the infrastructure. And some of the VAT you paid also went straight to Brussels. Now, according to Business for Britain in 2015, the UK pays nearly a fifth of all VAT that goes into the EU budget. And on this, fullfact.org said, the UK is behind a significant share of the VAT revenue flowing into the EU budget. In each year from 2000 to 2014, the UK's contribution has accounted for between 15 and 21% of this revenue. Business for Britain says that from 2007 to 2013, the UK accounted for almost 18% of this revenue. This is true in cash terms, and if we look over a longer period, from 2000 to 2014, then the story doesn't really change. So out of 28 countries, the UK was shoveling its VAT money into the Brussels coffers hand over fist, it seems. 1/5 from us and 4/5 from the other 27 countries. And on top of that, we paid about 0.7% of annual GNI direct into the Brussels coffers too. And if anyone tells you that 0.7% is a piffling sum, tell them to take a 0.7% pay cut, or ask them if it would be okay to drop the UK state pension by 0.7%, or how about 0.7% on all food prices to go in tax. Anyway, I digress. So we do get some of this £18.9 billion back. Maggie's rebate allowed us to claim back £4.5 billion before we sent a penny over to Brussels, so technically the bill stood at £14.4 billion. As you can see from this little handy chart I knocked together using the House of Commons Library data, our gross bill of £18.9 billion on the left was reduced at source by our £4.5 billion Maggie rebate. That made the bill a true gross amount of £14.4 billion. We then got £5 billion back from the EU for various agricultural, social, economic development and competitiveness programmes, says the library paper. That leaves us with a net contribution of £9.4 billion. Now, the EU also gives funding direct to certain institutions. You know, the UK money that comes in an EU wrapper, and part of the agreement being you stick a plaque on the wall thanking the EU for its contribution. Of recycled UK money, but they don't tell you that bit. Anyway, on average between 2014 and 2018, that figure ended up with the UK making an annual contribution after all the money we got back of £7.7 billion. And for that, we get membership of a club that writes our laws and ensures we maintain a huge trade deficit with most of the rest of the club members, especially the likes of Germany. But it also ensures that somehow goods are fully featured in single market rules, but we never seem to get around to the UK forte of services, do we? But that's all history now, for the most part, but I'll get on to that in a minute. But first, just to point out that the EU budget for the next 7 years from the start of 2021 to the end of 2027 has an increased GNI contribution of now, I think, just short of 1%. According to Europa.eu, EU national contributions as a percentage of gross national income stood at 0.81 for 2020, and it will increase to 0.91. After all, how else do you keep the Eurocrats in the manner to which they've become accustomed, while the average citizen suffers through the financial aftershock of the pandemic? Anyway, what of the future? We've left, so no more payments, right? Wrong. It seems we still have a chunk of that £39 billion Brexit divorce bill to settle. The House of Commons Library says that the UK and EU have some outstanding financial obligations to each other that they are settling through a financial settlement. The obligations arise out of the UK's participation in the EU budget and broader aspects of its EU membership. The financial settlement sets out the financial commitments that will be covered, the methodology for calculating the UK share and the payment schedule. The Office for Budget Responsibility estimate that the settlement may cost the UK around £33 billion once the final payment is made, possibly in the 2060s. The cost is uncertain. So let's hope that Ian Duncan Smith is correct in his assessment that without a deal, the withdrawal agreement and those payments should fall. But there may be other ongoing costs in the future to consider too, all dependent on how deeply Boris Johnson keeps us mired in the Brussels quagmire. On this, the House of Commons briefing paper says, the UK government wishes to participate in some EU programmes after 2020. The extent of the UK's future participation in EU programmes and the cost involved is being discussed during negotiations over the future UK-EU relationship. So there you have it, except for the small matter that we did not leave at the end of 2019. We left at the end of January this year, so that's another month's worth to factor in at some point. Anyway, that's a roundup of the recent UK financing of the EU. So, if you want to hear more from me, please don't forget to subscribe and also press that little bell, or you won't get any notifications. And if you want to see more of me, buy a mug with my mug on it by following the merchandise link in the descriptions box below. So, what do you think about this EU budget thing? Please share and comment, and thank you for watching.